With Olivia Rodrigo's new album, a lot of people have been talking about her first three albums being a great three-album run. I'm going to use this as a chance to show you some of my favorite runs and also review Olivia Rodrigo's at the end. I'm just going to list a few obvious ones. Kendrick Lamar with Good Kid, Mad City to Damn. Talking Heads with Fear of Music to Speaking in Tongues. The Beatles with Magical Mystery Tour to Abbey Road. Pink Floyd with Dark Side of the Moon to Animals. And Michael Jackson with Off the Wall to Bad. I don't think this Aphex Twin run comes to mind as much because of the long time gap, but Richard D. James' album, Drux, and Cyro are some of my favorite electronic albums of all time. I don't really like The Glowing Man as much, but the 2010s trilogy from Swans is a really incredible run. This is one of the few that actually feels like one whole piece of music. Black Midi have only released 3 albums, but they're all amazing, and Hellfire is one of my favorite albums of all time. There's so much variety in here, and all of them are definitely worth checking out. Another band with only 3 albums is Black Country New Road. It's pretty easy to pick my favorite and least favorite, but these are all still great albums, and Ants From Up There is one of the best albums of all time. I do like earlier Death Grips albums more, but The Powers That Be to Year of the Snitch is just more consistent. The Powers That Be is an obvious highlight with all of the crazy samples from Bjork. Speaking of Bjork, Post to Vespertine was just released over a 5-year period, but it sounds like 3 completely different artists. There's so much variety in here, and I return to each of these so much. Finally, no one really talks about this run, but Pop 2 to How I'm Feeling Now by Charli XCX is phenomenal. You can really see her exploring her sound across these albums, and if Crash was not a thing, Charli to Brat would be an insane run. Now, is the Olivia Rodrigo run perfect? It starts with Sour, which contains huge hit songs like Good For You and Deja Vu, but I think it has the weakest deep cuts and consistency out of the 3 albums. Even though I do love her new record, I think Guts is still my favorite. So many great emotional songs mixed with super catchy rock-oriented songs. Her new album doesn't come with those loud power pop singles like the other 2 did, but there's so much effort put into the songwriting. This is one of my favorite albums of the year so far. But is this one of the best 3 album runs of all time? Almost. I think Sour is still holding it back a little bit, but if she continues what she's doing, her next album will create one of the best 3 album runs of all time.